Cool. NoiseNewsUK here at Hit the Deck 2013 in Nottingham with the assembled members of Front Bottoms. How is everybody doing?
Very, very good. Very good.
It seemed like your set went down very, very well earlier in Whiskey Rooms.
Yeah, felt positive.
And how have you found the whole Hit the Deck experience today and yesterday?
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Just like in a sense of like pulling up, getting out, playing, and like getting back. So
Yeah,
which
is nice. Yeah. Because yesterday we played early too, so we were able to just hang out, get drunk for the rest of the day. Yeah, exactly. So it was nice. It was very nice. And yesterday's crowd was awesome too. And then today we thought maybe like 10 people were gonna show up because it was like the first, and it was our first time ever playing, this area. So, and then we came around the corner, there was like 100 people in there. It felt like, so it was cool. It was exciting.
And I understand you've been on tour around the UK as well this week, played in Leeds and a few other places. How has that tour treated you?
Pretty sweet. Like, I don't think we expected what it was. So
yeah, definitely didn't expect for there to be. There's been like 100 people at every show and like singing the words and stuff. That's pretty astounding. So we're very excited about it.
I heard the show up in Leeds with the Cockpit on Friday was pretty crazy.
It was insane. Yeah. That was definitely the craziest one so far. People were going off for sure. Yeah, it was cool. Crowd surfers and everything.
It's dangerous crowd surfing in that room because I've seen crowd surfers and they get dropped down the stairs from there.
We were talking about that. Yeah, we were like.
They haven't fixed that problem yet.
No.
Yeah, we were like, before we even played, we were like, that would be scary and dangerous and horrible, and then that's funny it happens. That's terrible.
It's funny it happens, it's terrible.
It's not funny it happens, it's just terrible it happens, but it's funny that we were thinking it might happen.
Yes.
Whatever, dude, get that out.
Is this your first time in the UK on tour, or have you been over before?
It's actually our third time over. The first time we came over, we did like a tour of London. It felt like we were just like in a rental car. And then the second time we came over with the Menzingers, which was an incredible experience. And that was the first like proper like we went to Europe and stuff and Germany and all over. And those shows were awesome too. And then this is the third time that we're here like headlining shows, so it's awesome. Yeah, pretty
And how do you find playing in the UK compared to playing back home?
It's good. I mean, like, it's just the fact that there's people, like, coming to the shows and we're in a foreign country to us is amazing, So, like, it's 100%, like, as good as it could be, for real.
And for anyone who may not have seen you or heard you before, whereabouts are you from in America and how did you start? How did you form?
We're from New Jersey, like North Jersey. All of us are from sort of the same area, and me and Matt started the band probably like 4 years ago at this point, and just like kind of a fun thing to do, and we love to drink and hang out.
We had made some songs, so we wanted to record them for ourselves. So.
Yeah, and then we just like put it on the internet, and then basically for our friends, that was like the main. We were like, "Do you like the songs?" And they're like, "Yeah." And we're like, "All right, we'll keep doing it," and then more people started listening and stuff, and it's been going good so far.
Is Jersey as good a hotbed for the kind of punk bands as I imagine it to be? It seems like it has a pretty vibrant scene going on, a lot of good bands coming out of there.
I guess it does have like bands coming out of it.
It feels like bands come out of Jersey, but like I don't.
It's not like strong scene.
Yeah.
It's not United or something. It doesn't feel like that.
I can think of like maybe 2 venues that are like 20 minutes from my house. So it wasn't like I was like as a kid walking to like the nearest punk rock venue and like hanging out with bands and stuff. It was just sort of like more of like a party scene, honestly. So it was like, let's just play in these basements like where these parties are, because there's already people there and they're all drunk, so they're all going to be having a good time already. So like seems like a pretty easy way to do it. So that's kind of what happened.
Is that a good place to get kind of grounding in being in a punk band, just playing basement shows like that where you're nice and close to people?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, in New Brunswick is like a town that's not far from us. When we were like first starting out, their basement scene was incredible. It was like a college town, and you could go and play a show, and then like you could carry your instruments like across the street and like play in another basement. And you could do that like a couple times a night, and those shows were awesome because they would be packed with just like a bunch of like kids that wanted to come and party, and it was good. We did that a lot.
When you were playing shows like that, could you have ever kind of seen yourselves playing around the world, like playing here in festivals overseas?
No way.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
I don't know if it's sunken in fully.
Yeah. At this point, yeah. I think we were just happy to be drunk in such good company with the, and playing music for our friends. So the fact that we can do that over here and make new friends is awesome, without a doubt. So it's good.
And for anyone who hasn't seen you live yet or got any of your records, how would you describe the sound? It seemed kind of the kind of indie punk kind of feel.
Yeah, I think they had like an indie punk sort of vibe, like maybe a little dancey. I always just try to describe it as fun, like just fun music, not trying to be too, We used to, our like slogan, I guess, was like, you might like us. Like that's what we would put on everything. We're called the Front Bottoms, and you might like us, because we like understand, like not everybody's gonna love the music, but give it a chance and maybe you like it, and if you don't, that's totally fine too. So like that's sort of the vibe that we're going for, like just have fun, and if it's awesome, it's awesome, and if it's not, like there's a lot of other music to listen to, so it's kind of the vibe.
And where did the band name come from? Who thought of that?
I thought of it, I had never heard that term used before, and then I saw a movie and I was like, I think that's funny as hell. So I called Matt and I was like, we gotta start a band, because I got the perfect name. And like, in retrospect, I'm just like, oh God, like, I definitely didn't think I was gonna be in Europe, like having people ask me like about the name, at any point in my life. So it's sort of like, oh, well, for the better. And actually, when we were downstairs, some girl came up and was like, your set was awesome, like you guys were incredible. I was like, oh, thanks. She's like, yeah, the only reason I came was because the name, like she had read the name and then came, and then we got a new fan, so it worked out for the better.
Works well. What kind of bands are your direct inspirations? Like, is it kind of the Northeast punk bands or?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like the pop punk. I listened to a lot of that when I was growing up. A lot of like indie music, like acoustic, sort of like Mountain Goats and stuff like that. Yeah, right. Like I guess Built to Spill and Modest Mouse. So like, more indie music, but like in high school, and like the base of it was definitely pop punk. And then as I got older and like thought I had to be cooler, I started to listen to like indie bands, and so that's kind of what it was. It was a combination of those two things.
And what is the name of your most recent record, and where can people who've seen you here today get it? Or
it's well, actually we have one coming out in May 21st in the States, and it's called Talon of the Hawk, and we recorded it in Austin, and we're proud of it. I mean, the first album we did was recorded in like actually in Matt's attic and a basement, and like wherever we could find a quiet space to record. So this was like there was a studio and there was equipment that we were using that we had never had access to before. So just in the overall professionalism of it, it's definitely a step up, but it still has like the Front Bottom vibe. I feel we tried to keep it. So.
And what kind of effect on the songwriting did it have, having all that gear at your disposal?
Well, when we wrote the album, like 95% of it before we went to record it, so it was just like, oh, this is gonna sound great, sort of vibe. Like, but it was already recorded, it was already written. Did that sound obnoxious?
No.
This is gonna sound great.
No, you just give me a nice little.
I
approved.
So yeah, it was.
I think even though like we were somewhere else, it felt very much at home though. Because the amount of beer that they gave.
That's all it takes. That's probably why we feel so comfortable here. Because we've been doing Jaeger bombs the whole time.
Like the whole time? Like all day?
Like
The whole time.
the last Jaeger bomb I did was 15 minutes ago. And that is true. That's not even a joke.
I want your life.
Oh, God. It's cool for a little while.
Hey, we can go Jaeger bomb.
Yeah, we can do the Jaeger bomb thing.
Did you say you come in Austin?
Yeah.
Texas?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was a bit different to being in Jersey.
It was a
Yeah,
bit
Jersey
different.
was like snowing and freezing
Yeah.
when we were down in Texas, so that was a nice part.
Yeah.
And then it's live music. There's a lot of music there. So it was cool. We got to go to
Definitely.
some shows. We had to go see some wrestling thing, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah. Actually, that started my inspiration. You alright?
What?
Well, I started this. I'm gonna try to get into like professional wrestling. I'm gonna be called the Shwing, and I'm gonna. This is really like if I could do that full time.
Nobody. See, they don't want to hear about the show,
Dude.
man.
Listen.
Let him talk.
Come on. Let me.
Nobody
gives. He's been talking about this fucking stupid shit.
Listen. It's first of all, it's called Mr. Shwing to you.
Mr.
That's my name, Mr. Shwing to you.
Uh-huh.
And why don't we let the people decide who the Shwing is? All right? Everybody say Shwing.
Shwing.
You hear that? Yeah, come. Oh. Next question.
I really don't know what to say. Actually.
Well, you know, that's what
mess with the
happens
Shwing,
when you
that's
mess
what
with
you
the Shwing.
I was going to ask a question about the album, that's gone completely out of my head. So you said it's going to be out in May, is that correct?
Yeah, May 21st. Yeah.
Are there any plans for a European release?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
21st Banquet Records has you can pre-order it now, actually.
Cool. And what can people expect from the album?
I think just more of a naturally developed sound. Don't move. The Shwing says, "Don't move."
I think we'll bring that to a close. It's a naturally developed
It's always an ender.
album. And you can get it in May. NoiseNewsUK with the front bombs hit it out 2013. Thank you very much for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.